Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and of course, Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. Don't react to their negative attitude, because if you do, they're going to learn how to control and manipulate you for their good. When you give in to the attacks of others, when they're trying to upset you on purpose, you're going to show them a few things without possibly even knowing it. They're the type of people that will study you, and they learn from people that they study, but not in a positive way. All right. These are the type of people that will study you because they want to learn something about you to use it against you. That's why they want to pay close attention to your every move. Them seeing you act unnormal or freak out or be unhappy or be stressed, it pleases them. We have to remember that these types of people are demonic. They're backwards. They're evil in their nature. So the one thing that an evil person is going to do in their nature will be to get a negative reaction out of another person. So when they hit you with that negative attitude, or they give you something to be upset about, you have to keep your cool, because when they're watching you and studying you, they're learning from you, even from things you think they're not paying attention to. You think, like, the reason why it takes a while to be able to deal with these types of people is because you just don't have that type of spirit in you. You don't have an evil spirit in you that is causing you to treat people in a bad way. But they do. Their spirit is contributing to the evil in the world. Your spirit contributes the best it can to the good in the world. And you have to spend a good portion of your time not reacting to the things that people will do. You can be a good person, a nice person, a positive person, but you'll have demons who will come at you and hit you with an attitude. And the attitude that they hit you with is to cause intimidation. And what I'm learning is you have to give these demons an attitude right back. People will test you and try to play with you and try to get over things on you, try to get over on you with things that they shouldn't. But the one thing that you'll realize is that people just don't have respect for other people like they should. You have the type of respect for people to where you would be able to be around God and his angels. And I know some people may feel some type of way about that, but not actually saying that you'd actually be able to be in the presence of them. But that's just a high regard to the level of respect you have for people. And more than likely, you would be able to be in the presence of the Lord and his angels because of the type of respect you have for other people. It could only come from a pure source. You know who you are, you know what you're a part of, you know who your father is, and you know where you come from. So it is what it is with that. And there are just a lot of people who need to work on themselves that are petty, immature, childish, and that want to make you feel angry and upset. They take pleasure in your reaction. It's like a TV show. It's like finding $100 on the ground. People with no life that take energy from other people, when they get the most energy that they can, it's a good situation for them. It's a win for them. It's a positive experience for them, no matter how negative it is for yourself. But when you react to people, you're teaching them how to control and manipulate you, because they're learning. When you get upset over the things that they do, they know that that is something that makes you upset and angry. This is why you have to try to trick them and pretend that you're unbothered. And when you're bothered, depending on how you deal with being bothered, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to deal with people who shouldn't, people who you have no business dealing with, people who shouldn't be treating you the way that they are, and people who are gaslighting and manipulating and trying to make you feel like you're crazy. So don't react to the negative attitude, because if you do, they're going to learn. You're always teaching people. What you have to learn how to do is to keep your cool in situations that piss you off and upset you, and to where people are playing with you. Because maybe you're not coming off the way everybody else does from this generation, or people may have their preconceived ideas about you. They think that they can act a certain way towards you and have no repercussions, or not think that anything is going to happen. But if I were you, I'll just let God handle it, because at this point, you know you don't want to get into any negativity. You know you don't want any trouble. You just want to live your life and allow haters to just have their space, as long as it's away from you. But you don't want to be manipulated by people because of how you react to them. So you want to have control over yourself as much as you can, and not react to people and the moves they make on your life. Because there are people who just sit, do things, think of things they can do to people, watch them react. And once they see how they can get you to react, they know how to deal with you. They do all the calculations they need to. I could do this to bother him. I could do that to bother him. I could bother him this way. But if you're letting people bother you, you're giving them too much power. And I've been there. I understand how it is to have people do things you don't like and to bother you, but you have the power over how you choose to react to it. So there's somewhere in your mind that's making you feel you need to get upset or react to people the way that you are. But there's other ways of reacting to people to where you're not getting upset. So what you have to learn is how to not react to negative people and their attitude. Somebody may be negative, they may have an attitude, they may be trying to bring you down, they may be trying to throw you off, intimidate you, scare you, put fear in you. But these are the things that they have to do, because otherwise, if they didn't do it, you wouldn't be scared. Otherwise, if they didn't do it, you wouldn't be intimidated. They're intimidated by your strength of how you deal with people. You're a good person and they're threatened by that. So what they do is they end up turning into someone that they're not, or they end up turning into a demon, because they're not supposed to be in the presence of you. People who aren't supposed to be in your presence are going to turn into demons right before your very eyes. You're going to see a spirit jump into them, come over them. You're going to see them turn into someone that you wouldn't have anything to do with, or someone that they don't have any business being. But it is what it is. You have to not react to their negative attitude. When you're a good person, people will think you're easily able to be treated any way that they want. and people just treat people however they want, and it has to come to a point to where you realize, okay, I deal with people in a good way. I deal with people in a way that's respectful. I deal with people in a way that I would want people to deal with me. When people aren't dealing with me in a way that I want to be dealt with, I have to speak up. I have to speak my piece. I have to say what I have to say. And they may not like it. They may be used to the person that's quiet, that's a pushover, that may not respond, that may not open up their mouth and speak up for themselves. But that's what you have to do. You have to speak up for yourself. And not everybody's comfortable doing that, but you have to get to a point to where you are comfortable doing that. You have to get comfortable speaking up for yourself. And all it is just a shift of energy. When you feel the anxiety, when you feel the worry, when you feel the fear, you have to push that to the side and still deal with life anyway. Some of us have more fear than others. Some of us have more worry than others. Some of us have more doubt in ourselves than others. And that's no reason to look down on yourself. These videos may not be for everybody, but I know people who feel the same or resonate with this type of video. If you see some things you need to change, it's worth changing it, because you can have the level of respect you want from others. You can have the type of reactions, interactions that you know you deserve with other people. But the one thing that will help you with that is not reacting to negative attitudes. Once you gain enough knowledge and enough power within yourself, you'll just see people as having a personal problem. And if someone has a personal problem, that's their business. It's not yours. It's not your fault. It's not your issue. You don't have anything to do with that. But people will respect you. See, they programmed us to want to be liked. They programmed us to be nice. They programmed us to please people and to do what's right. But unfortunately, we live in a world to where some people take pride in doing the opposite of that, and some people do the opposite of that just because. We live in a world that's totally opposite of how we were programmed to operate in it. So what you have to realize is that you were lied to. The programs that you're operating in aren't serving you to the best of their ability. You don't have to be nice to everyone. You don't have to talk to everyone. You don't have to be anybody's friend you don't want to be. You don't have to associate with anyone you don't feel the need to. You don't have to react to anybody's negative energy you don't want to. There are some sick people out there that hate on other people that want to see them suffer. And you're not going to suffer at the hand of these negative ass people. Just don't react to them. They want your reaction because you're a king. They want your reaction because you might be a queen. They want your reaction because you're royalty. They want your reaction because you're better than them. And they want to put you beneath them by having a control over you, to where they can push your buttons and make you upset and hurt you that way, and keep you under their control. If somebody see you and you get upset every time you see them, you get upset, you get overwhelmed, you want to get into an attitude or negative every time you see this person, they're going to keep coming around. They're sadistic. It's fun for them. It's joy for them. It's a game for them. They're getting attention, energy. Someone's upset over them. These demons, these possessed people, aren't happy unless you envy them, because they envy you. They have envy for you and who you are in Christ and in God. So they'll be jealous of you because they see your gifts, they see you're talented, they see all the other good things and attributes that you that have to do with you, how people react to you, how people are receptive of you, and they become jealous of that, and they have to create an issue between you and them that they can come out on top of and have everybody look at them like they look at you. But you earned that. These types of people, they don't earn much. They play around a lot. They don't work a lot. They don't work towards much. They don't understand hard work or discipline or focus or keeping your attention on oneself. These are things that they don't recollect or recognize. So if you don't react to their negative attitude, that's going to save you and help you a whole lot, because there are people who just don't want you in certain situations. People with negative attitudes that will play with you and try to get you upset, they usually want you out of their environment. Anybody causing trouble with you, bullying you, wanting to make you not want to come back, they don't want you there, because they're threatened. They're threatened by you, your abilities, your spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. They're threatened because they know that if you are able to stay there, you're going to figure this out, do better than them, and there may be no need for this person. That's their fear. Their fear is that you may develop a no need or a non need for them. So, I mean, it all boils down to who's doing the best job. And if you're putting yourself in place to be the best, that's no one else's, that's not anybody's fault, especially not yours. It's the person who you're competing against. It's their problem. There's nothing wrong with competition as long as it's fair. But when it's something that people use against you to destroy you, that's unfair. It's fair to them, fair to people who want to destroy you, but to you who it's happening to, that's not fair. And they know better, but they choose to do worse. And that's why you have to not react to them. You're going to be a very mature person by the end of this. They're going to become more childish. The more childish they get, the more evil they can be. The more games they play, the more negative energy they'll be possessed by. The more demon they'll have inside of them. And there are some who take pride in having that evil in their heart. Because they know that they can manipulate other people for their good. And that's what them getting you to freak out is all about. They want to be able to manipulate you for their good. They know you like a certain thing a certain way, a certain food a certain way, a certain you like whatever a certain way. There will be people who will do the opposite purposely because they don't like you and they want to see you upset. There are those who want to see people upset, and there are those who want to see people have peace. These demons want you to have problems. Demons want you to suffer. Demons want you to have nothing. Demons want to be in power over others. And they want to put you in situations to where you're in there, you're underneath them instead of being either equal to them. That's the last thing they want, is somebody that they feel better than to be equal to them. So it's going to have to be a lot of not reacting to negative attitudes, because if you're a fly person who believes in gods that put themselves first, a lot of haters, a lot of non-fly people are going to come up to you. They're going to try to come in your vicinity, pick fights, start trouble. It's because of their jealousy. You probably are a very attractive person, a beautiful person. You probably have a lot of people that would like to talk to you, or that admire you, or that one would say put you on a pedestal. But what does that have to do with the people who have an issue with you? They're mad it's not them. Instead of going and creating a life for themselves, they rather be upset with someone else. People worried about looks, people worried about this and that and everything else. There's people who have the worst looks you could ever imagine, or something that you've never ever seen in life. And this person is just living their life like nothing ever happened. They're not down on themselves. They're not playing themselves. They're not looking at themselves as any different. They're living their life, and they're enjoying it and having a good time. And that's what everybody's supposed to do. But when you react negatively, when you have an attitude, When you react negative to other people's attitudes, it becomes difficult. It's something that you want to be able to let go and move on from, because they'll hold you hostage and they'll keep you imprisoned with your thoughts due to what they did or what they said or how they feel. When you're supposed to be breaking free from all of that, breaking those chains and becoming a better person, the person who you know you're meant to be, put here to be. But they want that reaction. And it's just them being evil and seeking power. They're evil and they seek power over others. So when they see you, if you don't roll out the red carpet for them, what they will do is they'll get you to react, to put them in, to keep them in the awareness that they have that power over you. It's all about power with these folks. They have power over you. You don't have power over them or power in your own life. So it becomes extremely difficult to not react. You want to keep yourself at peace due to everything that you've been through. And then now on top of that, there's a lot of stuff going on around you. Maybe it's a new job. You just started working there and you see the same things happening from the last place at the new place. Don't react to it. That's the way these work environments are. You're going to have to start something for yourself. You're going to have to find some type of work that's as least stressful as possible for you, but still pays similar to what you're already making. So you don't have to downsize or budget or make cuts to your lifestyle because you have some people that don't want to see you live that lifestyle. And that's another thing. They see how you're managing your money. You have less than some of the people at these jobs, and still you're living it appears to be that you're not worried about anything. When a person is not upset or worried about anything, people tend to be nosy and get in a person's business and automatically assume that this person doesn't have any money troubles. What is it their issue or problem that you don't have any money troubles? How have you been working at this job for 40 plus years, but it appears you have money troubles? You've been here for 40 plus years and haven't gotten it together yet. There are some of us who've been targeted and going from job to job or may not even be working, but still find a way to manage their finances so that way they can have something and live and take care of themselves. Doesn't have to be the best. Do you have to depend on anyone? If the answer is no, you're doing a great job. People thrive off the energy of others when they don't have none. And you have people who are poor, who are pathetic, lifeless, soulless, and your reaction means a lot to them. It's just like them. It's just like someone being rude to a child. It's like it's just like someone picking on someone and bullying someone. It's just like someone that has a higher position over you and they need to be focused on their job. But instead, since they know the president, the owner, the company, distributor, they in bed with everybody and everybody, they could come bother you, the person that makes them feel insecure. See, you can feel their jealousy, but what they feel is their own insecurities. And they're going to try to take that out on you in attack mode. So you have to not react. They're not going to be polite to you. As good as as good of a person as you are, as polite of a person as you are, as God fearing as a person as you are, they're not going to be polite to you. They're going to treat you like garbage on purpose to try to see if you get upset. But the thing is, as a king or a queen or someone of royalty, people aren't supposed to be getting to you like that. And you're supposed to be able to focus on what's important more than what's not. And the people who try to upset you regularly on the everyday basis, you're just going to have to come to the conclusion that they're not important. They think they are, but they're not. They think their life has some meaning in yours, but it doesn't. They're not that important to anyone but themselves. So the less you react, the better, because they're not going to be able to learn, to pick up, to strategize, to figure out. They're going to be clueless, and they're not going to have any idea on where, what, when, who to try to attack. They're just going to know that they got these rules of things that they're supposed to do, and they're going to keep coming around you and behaving weird. But the more you act like it doesn't bother you, or it's nonchalant, or you don't even see it, you're not going to be reacting. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash the like button. Smash the share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.